everybody. My name is Ben Taylor. Can you say hi, Ben Taylor? Hi. Tonight I'm going to talk about this thing, Sex Catapults. It's an actual title of something that I actually wrote for a book, and it's got my name by it. And my name is Ben Taylor. How's everyone doing? Great. Let's talk about catapults. Oh my God, is this broken? Wouldn't that be? All right, it isn't. My work bought this for me. They would probably want it to stay working. Catapults. Wow. Oh, yeah, an alternate title of this talk, I'm going to spoil it for you. It's just more bugs, but make them sexy. So catapults, we love them. It's amazing when potential energy is converted very quickly to kinetic energy and a task is completed, like a little basketball or a bigger basketball that these teens are launching across their cul-de-sac. Or, I don't know, maybe you live in England and you have a lot of space and a lot of cars and you're like, fuck it, launch that shit. Yeah! That's where democracy fails or something. Anyway, good job, catapults. Here's where catapults are even cooler than in cars, in the bodies of arthropods. We know them, we love them, jointed foot. Boy, maybe some of us ate one tonight on purpose, and maybe some of us ate one tonight on accident. We're going to talk about, here's a cool place where arthropods are using catapults. This is a Dracula ant. It gets that name because it has these really dastardly looking jaws. Mysterium is the genus, and the reason for that is we like kind of know about these ants and that we know they exist. We don't really know much about their behavior, but we do know a cool thing. Oh, also, if you're a freak for ant photos, like I know you are, alexanderwild.com, baby. Any alexanderwild.com fans out there? Let's go. All right. So Mysterium has this really fucking rad thing, which is its whole head is muscles. And those muscles allow its jaws to snap shut. How fast, you're wondering? 200 miles an hour. Have you ever driven that fast? Never in your life. It'd be dangerous. In fact, no animal moves this fast except for Mysterium's jaws. And what does that look like? Well, a scientist at Smithsonian, his name is Fred Larrabee, had to invent a camera that could capture this ant's movement since it's so fast. And it looks kind of like a nifty little snap. Click. Oh, wow. Yep, we thought it was going to be cooler than that, maybe. But that's it. That's the fastest animal motion that we've ever found, which is pretty fucking cool. This is a trap giant, and again, it's the same idea of a catapult. A huge amount of kinetic energy stored up and then released, it's potential energy stored up and released as kinetic energy. And here's what it looks like when they're attacking something. Boing, boing. Why? We really don't know. We really don't know why they do this thing. Because if you watch, again, our really fun snapping mechanism, their jaws will cross in that, like, if you were to bite something like this and your mouth just went past itself, it's fucked. It's dumb. It's weird. So we don't really know why, but we have a good guess because we've got other trap giants that have also really dope catapults. These are classics, and they, of course, use these as spring-loaded traps to catch termites or aphids and eat them, and they also use them as a means of springing free of, say, traps. Look at this one. It gets caught in a little antlion chamber, and it bites the earth and springs free. Woo! Pretty sweet. One more time. Pow! Oh, my gosh. I know. You're like, this is hot. I am turned on, but is this sex? It isn't. Let's talk about one more. So this is all we knew about catapults until about 2022, last year. It was a big year for everybody. 2022, a paper comes out where we start looking at catapults and sex, and I'm not talking about boner stuff. I'm talking about it in a very different way with this animal. This is the only spider I will ever talk about in my whole life because spiders are awful. Why? Ask me later. In short, too many legs. This is a hackled orb-weaving spider. It's hackled as shit. Good job, hackled orb-weaving spider. And it has a really cool paper that you probably saw on your Facebook feed or your TikTok feed if you're using that responsibly. And it's this. What a title. Holy shit, are you getting into current biology with a title like that? Male spiders avoid sexual cannibalism with a catapult mechanism. Let's break it down. This is a male and a female hackled orb-weaver spider. Anyone see any big differences? Yeah. I don't care how good you look in red. That's a scary proposition right there. She's a big lady. She's a big lady. And the thing is about arthropods is that arthropods, they get hungry during sex. It takes a lot of effort to pass sperm, and so sometimes they get hungry. And what do they do when they get hungry? Well, we all know this classic example, right? Praying mantises, the male's always giving head. Wah, 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 wah. Happy birthday. Right, in that this is the female. She's also larger than the male, and she gets hungry during sex, and she will eat the male's head right off his body. The same thing happens with spiders. They will get hungry, and they will eat the male. Yum, look at George. He's loving it. What some spiders will do, and this is pretty cool, is that they will make what's called a nuptial gift. So wolf spiders do this, where they make a nice nuptial gift. They'll collect a fly, and then they'll wrap it up all nice, and then they'll bring it to the female, and while she has a snack, he'll mate with her, and then he'll run away. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I mean, you're a little late for Valentine's Day, but get your lady a nuptial treat. What's even cooler is there are some spiders, and I love this. What they'll do now is they've evolved to not even wrap up a food item. They'll just wrap up nothing in web and then give it to the female. And in the time it takes to be like, there's nothing fucking in here, he's already out the door. Oh, man. Who has had a date like that? Anyway, this hackled orb-eating spider doesn't do that. He does something even cooler, if you can imagine, in your heart. What heart? This heart. So here's how arthropod hearts work. They're just big old tubes. They're big tubes. So if you imagine for, say, I don't know, like a condom full of blood. Or this balloon. If you imagine like a big thing just pumping, right? You have a kind of a miniature little hydraulic catapult in that there's a lot of potential energy that happens when I move it, and then boom, it's released as sort of cool kinetic force. What's neat is arthropods act the same way. When this heart pumps fluid, it can direct it into very specific areas and make a little cool hydraulic catapult. What does that look like? Let's get into it. So this is a part of the spider body. Again, not a boner thing at all. This is on its legs. It's on its metatarsus on the front legs. There are 8. I know it's probably hard to keep track of where this ugly fucking legs are, but they're up front. These are the front legs, and this is around the kind of wrist joint, or let's say like the knee joint. So you can imagine what it's doing here is it does kind of a cool like soccer kid squat. Right, it just puts its little knee down. In this case, this is on the female while he's mating. And as soon as he's done mating, he springs off. His heart pumps fluid directly into his metatarsus, and it makes a beautiful liquid catapult, and he springs off of her. What does this look like? Oh, you better believe I've got video for you. Here it goes. It's going to go slow motion, and then we're going to see it in fast motion. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. All right. So here you go. The male's catapulting off. Pew! And then here it is fast. It's pretty quick. It's a pretty quick situation. Should we watch it again? Yes, we should. So again, just so you're following along, the male, he's kneeling down. He's got his leg folded down onto her while he's copulating. And as soon as he's passed the sperm away, he will inflate his arms. He'll inject liquid into his arms and spring off of her body. Here we go. Ooh, baby. It's going slow, but it's going right. And pow! And she's like, what? Call me? All right. And there he goes. Good job. And so he lives to see another day. And that's really the best thing we can say about catapults is that sometimes they'll save your dick, and sometimes they won't. And I'm going to just keep this GIF going while I take questions. Thanks, everybody.
Go to nerdnite.com to find a Nerd Nite event near you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for our latest presentation.